Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading. So I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything is broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time, so don't worry about that. It is originally created for Friday the 30th of June, the last day of June. I believe the moon is in Scorpio. We're in Cancer season. I believe Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces, so there's a lot of water stuff going on right now, astrologically, which I'm good with. Like, let's roll with it. The reading is for Friday the 30th, though. It's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it still makes sense to your situation, by all means utilize the reading when you see it, not necessarily, don't worry about when it was originally created. If it makes sense to you in the time that you're seeing it, by all means, use it. What else do I need to let you know? If you're new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily or weekly videos. In there is just some general housekeeping rules, things I want you to know about the channel when utilizing my readings, what decks I'm using during the reading, how to contact me on social media if you're interested in a private reading. You can do that by reaching out to my Instagram or my Facebook business page. You can follow me at those two places. Know that I will never reach out to you to sell you a reading. So if anybody were to approach you or DM you to sell you a reading acting like they're me, it's not me. You always have to initiate that conversation. And then easy ways to support the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy my content. Subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new content. I do daily videos. Share the video out and leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate it. Just so you're aware, if you see me talking about cards, mentioning cards that you don't see in the reading, I'm usually referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the video that I film on Sunday, which is the layer that shows the base layer of kind of what's going on during the week, and then we build upon it throughout the days of the week. So that video populates at the end of this video in the lower left-hand corner if you want to watch that. Alright, so let's get into this and see what these cards in Spirit want us to know today. We'll also be switching decks. I haven't picked July's decks. I mean, I have a bunch of decks over here that are new that stacked up, but I gotta figure out what I'm doing for July. Alright, let's give it one more shuffle. What do they need to know today? Okay, so our card for the day is the Sage of Swords. So yesterday we had the Sage of Wands. Interesting, it's the King of Swords, essentially. We had the King of Wands yesterday. Fire and air are very complementary, let's say. They feed one another. So I kind of like this, and I like that we're still in this King energy, meaning we should feel like we're in the driver's seat to a certain degree. This is going to be, with the King of Swords, it's always somebody that's, favors intellect over anything else, logic, reason. Swords is about how we communicate, writings, words that, we say, the thoughts that we keep. The King of Swords is about clarity, truth, right? What is our truth? I love that this is depicted as a judge. Some of us might be making this very serious decision today around a situation, relationship, partnership, that requires a certain amount of authority and clarity of thought, right? And I think that we have that today. The reason why I say I think that we have that is because from the Sunday reading, what was underpinning us was we went from we started with the Nine of Swords, we had the midweek card was the Sun, and then the end of the week card, which we should be feeling now, is the Nine of Pentacles. And that is a very grounded card of personal independence, in my opinion. So with this King of Swords here, there's definitely, again, like I said, a certain level of intellectual discernment and authority that allows us to make the decisions that we need to make with clarity. We want the truth in a situation, or whatever is our truth. We are going to abide by that, and that's kind of really all that there is, is my opinion, especially with this judge here. right? So whatever is our truth is completely okay today. We don't need to modify it or change it for anyone else, if that makes sense. We need to communicate it, adhere to it. Others would want to adhere to it, especially with this judge's presence being here. If they're not willing to, well then so be it. We'll make a ruling, and you know, off to jail they may go, or the situation may go, or you know, we may place it in a certain position in our life that it wasn't in before, if that makes sense, right? Let's see what the Modern Nirvana Oracle has to say. Oh wow, we have not seen this card before. I love that we're seeing it at the end of the month. This is our goodbye card. It is an eclipse, right? It's the dark and the light. It's the moon in front of the sun, so to speak. And it's assertiveness. Very much in alignment with this judge energy, and very much alignment with the, like, the truth of the King of Swords, right? I love that it's the moon, our intuition, in front of the sun, which is like our light or our truth shining through our intuition and telling us what we need to do, how we need to think, what we need to communicate, who we truly are, and stay like true and strong to that, right? Assertive in that. Assertiveness doesn't necessarily mean that we have to push anybody a certain way. We just need to stay solid or grounded in what we know to be true. Does that make sense? And so, and understand like all aspects, which we've seen the partnership card a lot coming up, which was those two women, which I was saying, this blend of light and dark, and with this eclipse that gives me that moon, sun, that balance of the polarities, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, that coming together, being whole, complete, and certain, right? There's a level of certainty in assertiveness that is where we want to be at today, right? This feels very empowered to me. Let me read assertiveness to you. I like this after, and with the Nine of Pentacles underpinning this from Sunday's reading, it does feel like we are strong in whatever it is that we know. We are ready to, you know, stand in our truth, and we won't accept anything less than that. And we're ready to assert that today from a very logical, like well thought out place. All right, so assertiveness. One is never afraid of the unknown. One is afraid of the known coming to an end. And this is Jiddu Krishnamurti, freedom from the known. There will be many times in life where we will be met with lessons, challenges, and moments that may test our ability to keep courage through conflict and maintain balance in the metaphorical wobble of the earth. Uncertainty can be a source of insecurity. In situations we are unable to control, we may find ourselves defaulting to what feels comfortable, such as staying quiet or retreating into thought loops of all the worst case scenarios. Perhaps you diminish your light out of fear, and you may that you may burn too bright or blind others with your truth. Interesting, the King of Swords is here, right? Are you currently in a cycle of continuing to play small? Are you repressing your true feelings because you fear rejection? Are you afraid of saying what you really need to get what you truly want? Are you afraid, period? If you pull this card, it is here to remind you that assertiveness is not to be feared, but instead to be integrated, lived, and appreciated like an invisible safety net to protect you from the unexpected or when you think you may fail. Assertiveness is the assurance that you are worthy, you matter, you count, you absolutely deserve to be heard, and you can fully trust your forward momentum. Being assertive should not be mistaken for being aggressive or arrogant. I did say that earlier, guys. It is the metaphysical tool that allows you to walk along the tightrope of life with a balanced heart, mind, spirit, ego, intuition, logic, and instinct. In Joseph Campbell's famed The Hero's Journey, the threshold guardian is an archetype that prevents the hero from experiencing a new beginning. Fear is a threshold guardian that nobody is impervious to, yet we can all conquer it through the practice of asserting who we are, what we are, and why we deserve to pass through any gate we may encounter. Learning how to embody assertiveness will allow you to know that the unknown isn't to be feared, but instead can remind you of your greatness and the greatness you can bring to a world of your own creation. This world is yours to design and participate in, and your myth is your magic. I do want to say something about this, reminds you of your greatness and the greatness you can bring into a world of your own creation. Yesterday felt like very creative energy with the King of Wands and the Magician and Maktub. So this is telling us to stay in this creative space, keeping a hold of that vision. Our grounding stone for the week is this vision. And it was set on this dark stone, right? The, oh my God, not malachite. What? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Obsidian, right? Which to me is similar to that eclipse there. So keeping that vision. The mantra for this card is, it is safe for me to be assertive. I trust that my needs will be met and my voice will be heard. I think that's very true with the King of Swords here, because he's all about authoritative communication. So if there's somewhere in our lives where we need something, we know exactly what we need. We know how to communicate it. And if we need to communicate it, we will. We'll do it in right timing. And if others don't like it, well then so be it. Like I said earlier, off to jail they go. Let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, we're putting a fork in it. It's done. The Queen of Pentacles, she pairs nicely with that underpinning of the Nine of Pentacles. She's a little bit of an uptick in that, a little bit more of a nurturing energy. And then the last card is the Page of Wands. All right, so the Three of Swords to me is usually a card of heartbreak, sadness, let down, you know, sad memories, sad thoughts. But to me, this feels very much with this King of Swords here. Like I said, we've put a fork in it. What I love about this Three of Swords, and we saw the Three of Swords as the main card earlier this week, is that the heart is still left there beating. The truth is still there. Sort of, to me, that's similar to the truth of this eclipse here, or the truth of what the King of Swords knows. It's who we are at the core of who we are, even through the experiences of the pains of the past. I don't feel like those pains or memories are leading or making our decisions for us with the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is the one that's like leading the charge. The Queen of Pentacles is going to also help to inform him from a very nurturing, grounded, discerning, manifestational place of fertility, abundance, a connection to nature, associated with the earth signs, obviously Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, right? But her energy is about self-care, the body, being out in nature, abundance, nurturing new ideas. And the reason why I say that is the Page of Wands would be new desires and ideas, the excitement of that, the ability to learn how to start down new paths, how to create new desires and head out into a new adventure. And so, are we ready for that new adventure? It certainly seems so with the King and Queen here, and that Nine of Pentacles that underpins from Sunday. The Three of Swords is, yes, there's maybe memories from the past or past pain, but those memories or situations or whatever they may be, they are definitely moving, they are being eclipsed, let's say. It's like kind of a great analogy with that assertiveness card. They are being eclipsed by the truth that we are grounded in and communicating today, and then the possibility of what's to come from that, and that's the Page of Wands influence. Now let's go to the grounding stone. This is just an element, an idea, or energy we may want to ground in during this time, during this day, in this energy. And the word is on obsidian, and it's remember. So I think a couple things right out of the gate. Not only to remember our vision, right, which I referenced that from this week, because it's asking us to keep this vision, and remember that card of emptiness was from the Oracle deck for the underpin of the week. In that emptiness exercise of emptying out the past, the pains with the Three of Swords, the memories that haunted us maybe, or used to haunt us in a much bigger degree, we get to remember them in a different way and move them to a different space in our life. And then we get to see and remember who we truly are, or what we truly deserve, what we truly want, and how we need to communicate that today. And to do so from a place of confidence, that's the assertiveness, and with certainty and clarity. Not necessarily with aggression, or not necessarily from a place of, you owe me this or anything like that. It's more like, I know my truth, I've been through my cycles, I've taken my lessons, I've assimilated them, and I'm ready to now move forward. This is, you know, remembering like our own personal power, our own ability, our own truth, really. And asserting that is going to be key. Remembering what we deserve and holding tight to that is the key today. It will move us forward quite magically, I think, or powerfully into the month of July. I have to figure out what the decks are. I will get it figured out tonight. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Again, similar to yesterday's reading, it feels like there's a shift taking place where we're being put back on the path for those of us that have felt like we've been off the path. And it is time to move forward in that shift. For those of you that enjoyed the reading, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're new, leave me a question or comment. Welcome to the new subscribers. Share the video out and tune in tomorrow and we'll see how this energy transforms and what decks come for July. Have a great day. Take care.